Listen, asshole. Hell yeah! What is going on, everybody? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy DKEN, and welcome to my incredible podcast. Now, before we commence this episode, do not forget to Hulk smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, share this with your boys and your families, follow me on Instagram, smash that bell notification button. And of course, as always, please sit back and enjoy. Let's get started. Our top story for today shall be, stop being a beta male simp. Now, I shall be going into concrete details and give live examples as to what happens when you kiss females' asses on a daily basis and put them up on pedestals and treat them like celebrities. At the end of the day, it will not get you anywhere. Now, in this episode, I shall be speaking primarily from personal experience. So with that said, let's dive right into it. Let's start at the absolute basic level. Let's keep this very simple. What does it mean to be a simp? Well, plain and simple. Are you going on social media and sending ass-kissing comments on a female's post on her Facebook page, her Instagram page, or her Snapchat, and so forth? Because that is known as giving away free attention and free validation. Now remember, everybody, those are a female's top two currencies, attention and validation. Are you donating money to some female that you have never met in your whole lifetime? Here's a prime example. A lot of you guys out there may know who this is. She's considered to be one of the top 10 Twitch streamers in the world. So a female like her would most certainly have tons and tons and tons of followers that would do anything to fucking please her. Are you spending hours and hours on dating apps and sending love messages and likes to every single female that you come across? Because if you are wasting your precious time, your hard-earned money, and your efforts. Now, when I was in the service, I remember wasting a large portion of my hard-earned money and my time and my efforts on Bumble. Every single female that sent me a like, every single female that I saw on the app, I got nowhere with any of them. When this happened, it made me wonder, and I asked myself this question: if these females will not even bother going out with me, what's the purpose of these fucking apps? At that time, I could not put two and two together until now. The answer is very simple. These females that you encounter on dating apps, they have no interest whatsoever in going out with you. I am certain that most of you have heard of the 80-20 rule, and I know I've said this in the past. 80% of men do not get anything at all. No action whatsoever, not even a hand relief. She would literally ghost you without any explanation at all. And the 20% of men, aka the Chads and the Brads and the Tyrones, they have an arsenal full of options on their table. So the answer is to become one of those guys in the 20% category. Just understand this. In order to get there, it will take time, and it will take an exceeding amount of effort and hard work in order to get to that destination. One motivational quote that I use is from Denzel Washington, and he said something that blew my mind away because of the simple fact that his words hold such merit and power. He simply said, and I quote,
"Without commitment, you'll never start, but more importantly, without consistency, you'll never finish."
Matter of fact, I will leave a source down on the description box below this video. It's a motivational video designed to hype you up and get you to pursue whatever goal it is that you have in mind. Like, it could be anything. One point I'm trying to get across is this. Instead of being distracted by females that don't even give you the time of day, how about you focus on the pursuit of your goals and ambitions? How about building something? I don't care if it's an online business, or if it's a website, or a YouTube channel. I don't care. It could be anything. Another point I want to get across is this. Stop getting distracted by females. Stop pursuing the peace leaf like there's no fucking tomorrow. That's when they will figure you out in a matter of seconds. They will realize right away that you, as a man, do not have anything going on in your life. That is a fucking pitiful and pathetic position to be in. Do not go around and waste your precious money, time, and efforts trying to use stupid-ass pickup lines in an attempt to get a female, okay? Simple as that. As I said before, dating apps are designed to put females up in pedestals and treat them like they're celebrities and that we're supposed to worship them. Well, let me tell you a quick side story. This was before I joined the service, okay? Way back when I was a freshman in college, specifically around 2014, I started to buy into this bullshit fantasy where you could get whoever you want on these dating apps and all these websites. Now, the websites I'm referring to are Zoosk, Tinder, and there was another one that was only for kids under 18, typically for high school kids. I could be wrong, but it was called datinglol.com, like something around there. Like I forgot the name of that dating website, but I remember I used to get on it a lot, and I used to upload a bunch of pictures of me on my profile and my interests, and I thought to myself, well, right now I'm in college. I can go to any high school I want, even back to my old high school, and get whichever female I want, right? Like back then, I was your typical clueless nobody. I had no status back then, no reputation, no connections, barely any money. I had nothing. I was at the bottom of the food chain, just like many of you out there right now. I was mistaken to believe that back then I could get whichever female I want. In my mind, I was living in Disneyland, trying to come up with some of the lamest pickup lines, trying to use Google Maps to see which restaurant she would love to go, trying to see what I should wear. I was chasing females out of my life. I would do everything wrong when in my mind I thought I was doing everything right. I was bullshitting myself 100%. Along with dating apps and dating websites, we have been programmed by a combination of factors that we are supposed to do everything in order to win the females. This is what I like to call societal conditioning. These factors include, but are not exclusive to, the media, the TV shows, a bunch of Hollywood movies, your friends, your family. All of these factors that I've just mentioned have taught you throughout the entirety of your lives on how to be a beta male who will simp for any female that he sees. This means he will literally go on social media and bombard females with ass-kissing comments and stalk the hell out of these females if they have to. We were conditioned by society that we have to do everything right, and the females do not have to do a damn thing at all. Females are allowed to have standards and expectations towards all of us men, but when men have standards and expectations of our own, we get shamed for it. We get called all sorts of names by the book. For instance, if a female asks you, how tall are you? If you are not at least 6 feet tall, she'll just reject you on the spot. But when you ask her, since height matters, how much do you weigh? She will accuse you of body shaming. She will not hesitate to pull out the body shaming card and throw it at you. Let me put it this way. Men are not able to control their heights. However, females have the ability to control their weights. Do you see where this is going? As a lot of you may know well, we have this double standard where men are shamed for almost everything that we do with the intent of doing the right thing. Females can fuck up in life as many times as they want, and they will still receive praise for everything that they do, regardless of how many fuck ups they've racked up. Society expects us men to do everything right and meet every single standard that these females throw at us. But society doesn't even teach females how to treat men right. Here's another thing I would love to talk about. Strong and independent females. Now, I am certain that a lot of you men out there have reached your maximum limit with these females. You just simply could not tolerate one more second of these females anymore, and so have I. What I do is I turn around and I sprint for my dear life like these females are the fucking bubonic plague. By the way, I will be making a separate episode where I go into concrete details about strong and independent females very soon. Keep that in mind as we get back to the issue at hand. So, if I were any of you guys out there, I would avoid these females at all costs. It doesn't matter where you are. You could be at a bar, a supermarket, at a public event, especially at a corporate office environment. You will see them every fucking where. Every time I step out of my home, I fucking see them every day, regardless of where I am. I see some of them sitting alone right outside of a restaurant, you know, those enclosures. I would see them sitting alone with a glass of wine, with some appetizers, maybe with also an entree, and that's it. I know I've mentioned this in one of my previous episodes, American Females Get Your Shit Together Part 2. I'll leave a link on the upper right side of the screen right now. I mentioned that strong and independent females are well known to have the most unrealistic standards and expectations. Specifically, let's talk about the ones that are currently working in those fancy corporate offices. You know, the offices with the lovely air conditioners. Those specific strong and independent females will never meet Mr. Right. I'll just say that right now. Of course, she likes to brag about the fact that she has a career.
So I could focus on my career.
Yeah, so she could focus on her career. My point is those females have this fantasy in their mind where one day they will meet Mr. Right. Or as I like to call him, Mr. Sperm Donor, Mr. Human Wallet, Mr. Oh, don't worry, dear, I'll go out and work, you can stay at home. That's the kind of man that they're looking for, which is a doormat in essence. Now, in regards to these strong and independent females, I have seen a bunch of beta males out there that simply put these females up in pedestals and treat them like they're some sort of fucking goddesses, which they're not. There's nothing special about them at all. Let me make something perfectly clear. I am most certainly not intimidated by their degrees or by their jobs or by their career. They can brag about their fancy corporate jobs and their degrees all they want. At the end of the day, any real masculine man will walk past your six-figure making ass self and ignore you and would never even acknowledge you at all, because that's not what they're looking for. Those men are looking for a real feminine woman that can support him and be with him from start to finish. Now, as a man who was programmed to be a beta male simp, you were taught all of these things that I just mentioned ever since you were a little baby. You were also taught to become a people pleaser. This means that you would put people that you admire the most up on pedestals and start kissing their asses and do as you're told. And every time you would try to express your opinion about anything, that would just shut you down and make you look like you're the bad guy. After choosing to tolerate disrespect from these people for a long time, that starts to change you, and eventually that will break you. Right in that moment and beyond, you start to completely transform into a new man. Like you can say the bad boy. Essentially, this is how bad boys are made. Now, before I wrap this up, allow me to get this one certain point across. Stop pleasing people, including females. That means stop putting these females up on pedestals and kissing their asses and kissing their feet and treating these females like they're fucking celebrities, and that goes for the people that you admire as well. Stop putting them first. Stop focusing on making other people happy so you could receive the praise that you were craving for. Very simple. So with all of that said, this concludes this episode of my incredible podcast. So thank you very much for watching. Do not forget to Hulk smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, share this with your boys and your families, follow me on Instagram, smash that bell notification button, and every single one of you, have a wonderful and blessed day. Peace out.